Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. It's almost the first of the year. We are 2 days away from it, 3 days away from it. Who would have thought that this is the way the ending of my year would be? I had 22 subscribers about 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Now I have almost 500. I'd love to make 500 by the first of the year. Do you think that's at all possible? Could you guys help me achieve that? First, thank you for the communication in the chat. I really appreciate it. There's a few things that I want to do that are some shorts that I want to do that have something to do with Scientology. But, you know, I was watching a bunch of interviews, and I was, like I had mentioned, there's a few people that reached out to me in my chat, in my comments, people that have channels, and actually bigger channels than mine. And they've communicated in the chat, and the people that are in there, you know, please communicate with them. These people have large channels. They've been in Scientology. Dianetics is in there. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Please excuse me for that. Steve Mango has been in the chat. There's a few other people. I'm sorry. But here's the thing that I want to talk about something. I want to talk about, so I was looking at what everybody, I've had a problem with this tonight, so pardon me. Sorry about that. That's why it's taken me so long to record. I was going to do something with Russell, but we'd be jumping up because there's something weird going on. Anyway, nothing serious, just a little glitch in the system that's annoying as hell. Anyway, the point that, so I watched the Scientology channels today to see what people were speaking of. And Aaron was with his lawyer friend Zach, and they were talking about the RICO charges and some charges with Danny Masterson. Blown for Good was talking about spy files that they had. They have like thousands of files. You know, that's gossip, isn't it? Talking about people. I don't know. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about people talking about other people's secrets when they know what it's like to have their secrets exposed, or to know what it feels like to know that their secrets could be exposed? Like, I mean, we sit and we laugh and we make fun of people like Tom Cruise, but the truth of the matter is he's a guy who's so disconnected from his family. Does he really think that his daughter is a 600-year-old person that maybe came back a few times and doesn't feel the loss of her dad in her life, and doesn't have real other kids saying, "Where's your dad? What's up with that?" She doesn't feel like maybe she wasn't so important to her dad. Really? I can't believe that this man doesn't think like that. I mean, he's played characters. I mean, is he really that good of an actor? Like Jerry Maguire alone, true love beats it all. True love. I mean, what's true love? If you don't have it for your own kid, what's true love? I was watching Steve Mango, and you know, I feel for Steve. I do. But you know what it reminded me of? In Zero Dark Tony, too. If this is what happened with Zero Dark Tony. So these people were actors, and they are actors. Hang on, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. So they're actors, right? And that's what they've wanted to be their whole life. And they wanted to streamline that and get and be further ahead, basically, than anybody else. Get themselves noticed. Get that special little piece of gold that makes them get the role. And not only the role, but the lead role, right? That's what Zero Dark Tony, he's an actor. Doug, actor, no longer with us, right? Steve Mango. And they were promised that they had what it took. They have what it takes to be an actor, to be the next Tom Cruise. And they have Tom Cruise, so you got to believe them, right? You want to believe that. and then it doesn't happen. And then you're left with worse than when you even started. Because not only is your self-esteem gone to shit, you start feeling like, did they believe me? Did they have any faith in me to begin with? Now you start doubting your secure ground. But do you remember what Matthew Perry said? God, make me famous and you can do what you will with me. And look, and I believe in God. I'm just saying, and I think the same thing with these guys. Make me famous. And they didn't. They didn't get the fame that they thought in their head. And they were disillusioned. And they spent a lot of money and they saw, wow, this wasn't anything about talent. Right? They put Steve Mango on a poster that went out to thousands and thousands of people, right? So, but it's kind of like the same game. It's kind of like the same thing. What if you would have made it? What if Zero Dark Tony would have made it in Scientology? What if Doug would have, he had some success. What if Steve Mango would have made it in Scientology? Then what? What would it be like? I'd like to think that these people would have realized, holy shit, this isn't worth it. This is not worth it. But would they? Listen, man, Steve Mango's got a story to tell. When he's talking about that woman, Karen D. La Carriere, or whatever the hell her name is, KDC is what I'm going to refer to her as. Like, she is a little colorful, right? But she definitely ripped that guy off. And then, so she's got Chris Shelton in her pocket, Mike Rinder. She's supposedly Tony Ortega. What's up with that? And none of these people are talking about what's going on with the children in Scientology. We're going to stay on the children in Scientology. We're going to do something. We're not going to let that go away. But I know you guys want this stuff too. But that's part of it. Because I guarantee you that's what Serge probably was talking about. I meant to get on his channel tonight, but this thing that keeps going off, giant pain. But what I'm saying here is there is such a cult among the people that left Scientology that it's so toxic. I'm not saying Aaron was right, but Mark and Claire, they got their shit, and Mike's got his shit. And they're not all correct and right. They're all warped from this cult that they came from. And they have to try to figure out the real world. And in the real world, you see how crazy things are for us, the people that have been in it forever? We're trying to wrap our heads around it. It's horrible to be coming out of a cult and try to get your grounding. Sorry, hang on. What is the price that people are paying to get out of Scientology? I heard some really nasty stuff about Chris Shelton, by the way, who seems to be socially inept, it seems like, and doesn't know where his boundaries or where other people's boundaries are. And so who are these people when they want to leave Scientology? Who are they reaching out to? Who are these people? Who are they reaching out to when they leave Scientology? What's going on there? Who are they going to? Karen De La Carriere, who's going to charge them thousands of dollars and say that in one breath that the tech doesn't work, and in the next breath it works. I just am the one that knows how to use it. Of course, I'm not going to imitate her voice. I don't know. There's crimes on Jeffrey Augustine. It seems like there's been complaints about Jeffrey Augustine. I haven't even touched Mark Fisher yet. Guilt by association. There are people that have gotten out of the Scientology that have started a cult for anti-Scientologists that wants to kick out some SPTV people for not talking about what they want to talk about. These people seem to be here about ego, and they seem to be here about just telling any old stories, but some stories are more important than other stories, but it's not about that. In the next video, I'm going to share some stuff that Steve Mango has that proves what type of person these people are when they get out of Scientology and who's in their pocket and stuff. So there's a few things that I'm checking into, but I just wanted to say, listen, those people that tried to streamline their life by like bypassing certain things, that was going to cost you something. And the fact that you didn't make it, like Tom Cruise, would you be acting this way if you were? Or would you be acting like Tom Cruise? I think that that's something that we need to ask people. When everything is good, nobody wants to change anything. But the minute it gets uncomfortable or the minute things are unfair for you, you can see it going around. But are you triggered by that injustice, or just the injustice when it happens to you? That's the question. And that's the question that I want to ask and find out about each and every person that's on the SPTV, in the SPTV community. Is it about what's right or wrong, or is it about what's right or wrong to you? Guys, this is going to go off again. I got some stuff that I really want to also put up online that's going to take me a minute. So, everybody, happy and healthy New Year. I believe I'll see you before. But just remember, this is like the end of 2023. Let's make it the best we can. Please like, subscribe, and share, please. I'd like to try to get to 500. And, please continue on in the chat. I'm there. I want to know. Please, you guys have put me in, you've shown me some things, and I hope you know it's not in vain. There are some people that are trying to tell me stuff that I'm just not understanding. It's not coming across in the written term. I do have an email address. I'm going to give it to you now, all right? So it's toddy1skip@gmail.com. TODDIE 1, the number 1, skip@gmail.com. I'm not great when it comes to email and stuff, so you'll have to be patient with me. I'm willing to try this if you guys got something you want to tell me on the side. All right? Guys, I got to go. Happy and healthy. I hope that I speak to you soon. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday, but not half as good as you're going to be tomorrow. Thanks, guys.